In its December 1966 issue, Chicory editors called their magazine the magazine for people who don't like to write but have something to say. Young people in Baltimore have long had something to say, and the city's youth literary movements have amplified their voices for decades. In this digital tour, I'm going to take you around the city to learn about just some of the many organizations dedicated to helping young writers develop and hone their craft and get heard. Chicory magazine was published from 1966 to 1983 and featured poems, plays, stories, and essays by working class, mostly African American people in Baltimore City. Chicory was inspired by the Black Arts movement and also focused on community participation. Initially drawing from poets, writers, and artists from the predominantly African American neighborhoods in East Baltimore, the magazine eventually featured writers from all over the city. In its November 1969 issue, the editors wrote, quote, "The purpose of this magazine is to publish work overheard by the editor, which reflect the music of language in the inner city, to encourage more spoken and written comment by people in the community action area, and to inform those other people and agencies within the area of our ways of living." Chicory's editors, Sam Cornish, Lucian Dixon, Augustus Braithwaite, Melvin Brown, and Everett Adam Jackson, produced a magazine that amplified the voices of so many Baltimoreans, including young people. Chicory may have ended its run in the early 1980s, but thanks to a partnership with Rutgers University Newark professor Mary Rizzo and several local community partners, Chicory magazine is being used to inspire a whole new generation of writers via community writing workshops and student events across the city. Fortunately for us, the entire run of Chicory magazine has been digitized and is available online. Please see the links under this digital story to check it out. Baltimore's youth writing culture continues to thrive and grow thanks to this and many other projects. One group that has nurtured young writers for over a decade is Writers in Baltimore Schools. In their words, quote, "WBS empowers the voices of Baltimore City students through in-school, after-school, and summer programming that builds skills in literacy and communication while creating a community of support for young writers." Every year, WBS sends young writers on a retreat where they can build community, write, and rewrite. WBS also puts out a yearly anthology of student writing that is not to be missed. Check the links under this digital story to find out where to get the latest issue. Charm, Voices of Baltimore Youth, is a literary arts organization founded, in their words, quote, "on the belief that kids' voices matter. Our mission is to help young people develop as writers and amplify their voices." Charm supports a student editorial board led by 30 middle and high school students from across the city. These paid positions help students hone not only their writing but also their editorial skills. Charm hosts workshops with local writers and in 2020 co-hosted the Young Writers Workshop Advocacy in Action to help young people learn how to use their writing to take action and make change. Find out more about Charm at the link under this video. Another group that helps cultivate Baltimore's youth literary movement is Do More. Their mission, in their words, is, quote, "to foster civic engagement with historically marginalized peoples through innovative, art-focused programming and community organizing via purposeful partnerships with community organizations, schools, and governmental agencies that foster empowerment, capacity for change, and community development." For Do More, writing and poetry are forces for change and social justice, and they offer many programs to cultivate and amplify youth voices. These include the Maya Baraka Writers Institute, a summer writing program, quote, "dedicated to honoring the rebellious spirit of Amiri Baraka and the life-changing beauty of Maya Angelou." Do More also sponsors a youth poetry team, a youth poetry league, and each year hosts a ceremony at City Hall where young poets read and compete for the title of Baltimore's Youth Poet Laureate. This year's ceremony was held in person in a socially distanced and masked City Hall in May 2021. The winning poet earns a national book deal, a cash award, a chance to compete at the national level for Youth Poet Laureate, and performs a tour with the Enoch Pratt Free Library. Destiny Butler repeated her 2020 win in 2021, and runners-up Anaya Taylor and Cassia Hughes serve as the city's Youth Poet Ambassadors. DuMore also sponsors a youth poetry team that represents the city in poetry slams and competitions all over the country, amplifying our city's young voices to demand and make change. Baltimore won the 2016 title at the largest international youth poetry festival, Brave New Voices. DuMore also hosts a social justice virtual poetry club that offers regular writing and performance workshops featuring acclaimed teachers and performers like Lady Breon and Black Chakra. Follow DuMore's Facebook page at the link under this video for the latest in the city's youth poetry scene. A Revolutionary Summer offers intensive critical reading and writing workshops specifically for African American girls in Baltimore. In their words, quote, "A Revolutionary Summer is an intensive critical reading and writing program dedicated to shifting harmful narratives about Black women and girls through both the meaningful study and creation of art and the deliberate application of self-inquiry. We exist to keep Black girls whole, to balance the scales, to offer up a Nobel laureate, radical painter, love song, and Afro pick to perfection for every stupid, shallow representation of her. A Revolutionary Summer validates Black girl language and Black girl thought, Black girl hair, and Black girl thighs. It traces, analyzes, justifies, and celebrates Black girl herstory. It contributes forcefully, unapologetically to a sound and solid Black girl future. Otherwise, it will need to get busy gathering Black girl bones. The group combines writing and reading skills alongside spiritual objectives to make real change in the lives of participants and their communities. Baltimore's youth literary movements are clearly alive and thriving, but I've only scratched the surface of what is out there. The Enoch Pratt Free Library regularly hosts creative writing programs and workshops for young people. Baltimore's City Lit Project partners with a Revolutionary Summer to amplify the work of these young writers. The organization also sponsors the yearly Baldwin Prize, an essay competition at Baltimore City College High School that, in their words, is named after the writer and humanitarian James Baldwin. It gives City College students an opportunity during a pivotal stage of their development to use the written word to explore their inner lives and how it connects with our shared humanity. City Lit also features Baltimore's Youth Poet Laureate at its yearly festival. These are just some of the groups involved in cultivating and amplifying youth literary voices in Baltimore. That said, the creative voices of Baltimore's youth also shine outside of formal programs, on Twitter and Instagram, at open mic nights, at clubs, and in the streets. Listen, support, amplify, and enjoy the many voices of the city by checking out the links listed in the description of this video.